Hey everybody, I'm Patrick Murray with Patrick Murray Real Estate. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today we're going to talk about a topic that not enough sellers and buyers pay attention to. It's a term in the purchase agreement. That's right, we're talking about possession dates. Guys, bear with me because there's so much more riding on this date, and it can affect sellers and buyers alike, and it can destroy your move if you're not prepared, or wreck the contract, or cost you a lot of money down the road. But before we do that, if this is your first time in this channel and you'd like to know everything there is about Calgary real estate, about learning about the market, what's happening in the market, if you want to take some home tours, if you want to learn about some neighborhoods, if you want to learn about contracts and how to protect yourself and how to get the most out of your real estate agent, then guys, you're in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you get notified every single time I release a new video. Now guys, I've lived in several major centers in my adult life, settling in Calgary way back in 2001, and I've been a realtor here since 2010. So I do have a little bit of specialized knowledge about the city and the surrounding bedroom communities. So if you are considering a move to the city of Calgary or you're selling your home, please feel free to reach out to me, send me a text, email, or a phone call. I will absolutely get back to you. All right, guys, let's jump into things now. Let's talk about this topic that could make or break your move. So almost everything in a real estate purchase agreement is negotiable, and that includes possession dates. But here's the thing, the possession date is more than just the date you move. In fact, it can shape the entire flow of your move and can greatly affect you financially. So for buyers, possession dates oftentimes might need to line up with the sale of their current home, or they might need to meet a specific timeline that's tied to their mortgage pre-approval. For sellers, well, it's a little bit different, but equally as important. They may need extra time to secure their next home, or they might be trying to avoid the financial strain of carrying two mortgages. And when one side values possession date more than the other side, well, that can create leverage in a negotiation, sometimes even affecting the price or other key terms in the contract. Now, here's something important that you need to pay attention to. And I know a lot of people like to move on the weekend because they're not working, but guess what? You can't take possession of a property on a weekend or a statutory holiday. Why? Well, because banks, lenders, and lawyers aren't working on those dates. So, if no banks, well, that means no transfer of funds, and no transfer of funds, guys, that means no keys. Now, something to think about is the beginning of the month and the end of the month are the busiest days for lenders and for lawyers, because a lot of people like to move at that time. And in real estate, a lot of transactions go completely smoothly without any issues. However, if there is a hiccup during that time, there could be less time to find a remedy, and it could escalate quite quickly. So that hiccup could cost a costly delay. Now, Fridays are another tricky one, and here's why. Again, if there is a hiccup in the transaction and the lender or the lawyers need time to remedy it, guys, they might need an additional business day. But guess what? The next business day isn't until Monday. And so you're going to be homeless throughout the weekend. And who wants to sit around and wait and stew about getting their keys and waiting through a weekend until the next business day? So I recommend trying to avoid Friday closings if at all possible. So I know you're asking, okay, well, gee, you're putting the handcuffs on us here. When is the best day to close? Well, guys, the best days are Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, because it creates room, it creates some buffer time if there is a hiccup and people need to deal with issues to get you into your property. If you are planning for a Monday possession, make sure it's not a statutory holiday, again, because lenders and banks don't work on that day, so you simply can't close. And that's one that catches a lot of people by surprise. And here's one of the most important tips I'm going to share with you as a real estate professional. Try not to move on the day of possession, all right? Because if you're sitting there in your moving truck waiting for the keys and there's a hiccup, guys, you're going to be homeless, especially if your home is sold to another buyer and you've got nowhere to go. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself some buffer time. I recommend 2 weeks if possible. If it's not, guys, give yourself a week. Give yourself at least a few days in case there's a hiccup. But also, moving can be a stressful time. So give yourself time to make that move, to clean your other property, to get out, to handle any hiccups. Guys, you're going to thank yourself in the future if you follow this advice. So possession dates might seem insignificant on the face of things, but really deep down, they matter a great deal, and it can make a difference in how smooth your move and how smooth your transaction goes. So if you're considering buying or selling in Calgary, I'd love the opportunity to give you some guidance and to assist you with selling or purchasing your next home. I love what I do, and I'm always here to answer your questions. I'm Patrick Murray with Patrick Murray Real Estate. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.